What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. Glad that you are here with me. Please make sure as you come on up in here that you hit that like button and you subscribe. All right. Listen, we made it to Friday, y'all. We made it to Friday. I hope you guys are doing well and having a great start to your weekend. Listen, again, as you come on up in here, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and bang that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Listen, we got some things that we're going to talk about. It's a little hot topic Friday that we are going to get into. So again, I hope you guys are doing well. And we're gonna get into some things for sure. We're gonna get into some things. But before we get into anything, okay, I want to make sure that we understand that, child, it is time for us to most definitely get into our church announcements. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get those out of the way, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the tea of it all. All right. Church announcement, church announcements. All right, govern yourselves accordingly to these church announcements as we go through them here really quick. All right. with that being said, you guys know that I am producing my first reality show, a web reality show called School of Love, based on schoolboy finding love. And listen, casting is open until next Thursday, so October the 5th. Make sure you go ahead and get your application in. Women between the ages of 30 to 50 years old. All right. This is going to be based in the DFW area, so we prefer that you be in the DFW area. But if you're not, please understand that you're responsible for your travel and lodging. And we'll take care of the rest. All right. I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that we are also looking for a host for our after show. After show is going to be a mix of after show for School of Love, mixed with hot topics and things that are going on in the news and in pop culture. So listen, my goal is to use creatives, meaning people who are content creators, because I want to give them the opportunity to shine. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish anyone bad in this industry. So with that being said, when I have an opportunity, I want to take someone along with me. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, there will also be a guest host spot, meaning fill-in times for when I'm not able to be there, because I will be in filming and production for my own show, just as Schoolboy show is getting ready to go off. Okay. Also too, if you have a business and excuse me, you would like to advertise your business, head over to our email address and go ahead and send us an email. I have received some emails, and listen, y'all ain't playing, so I'm here for it. Thank you guys so much for the love. And listen, we are also crowdfunding. All right. We are crowdfunding for this project. Listen, you have not because you ask not. And also, too, you never know who may be out there that may be like, this is truly a hope and a dream, and I want to go ahead and fund this thing. So I don't want to be ashamed, honey. Yes, we are crowdfunding right now as well for this project. And that link will be in the comment section below. And then also, too, guys, you can donate whatever you want. It is greatly appreciated. Okay, it is greatly appreciated. A step closer to our um, closer to our goal. All right. Listen, back to the church announcements. Listen, one big announcement, make sure you hit that like button, all right? And the next two, if you would like to show love to the channel specifically, you do have the opportunity to do that. That Cash App and the Venmo will be in the comment section below. All right. So let me get in here and speak to y'all, because, I do have manners, and that's just what I do. Okay. So, first of all, I want to go ahead and speak to Miss Leela, who was the first person in the room. Shout out to you. What's going on, Simply Elegant One? How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's see who else is up in here. Jackie, how are you doing, love? What's going on, Brittany? How are you, Amber? Butterfly, what's going on with you? Deshonda, how are you? Aquarius Goddess, how are you doing? Hello to everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Listen, I wanted to go live to just discuss a couple of things. What's going on, Chrislyn? How are you? To discuss a couple of things. There were some things going on. NeNe sat down with Bethenny Frankel, and they got really candid and open. And I will be honest with you guys, I really only got halfway through part two, but I'll follow up once I finish watching it. But we're gonna talk about part one and some other things that took place, right? Then I also listen, I don't want to kick nobody while they down, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to see divorces. But y'all, I'm sorry. I got some things that I got to say about Monique. Some of you may not like them, but I most definitely have some things that I want to say. Uh, and I probably am gonna lay into her. So if you guys, are fans, you might want to just go ahead and exit. Also, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I'm noticing that a lot of people. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but the last couple of chats that I've been in, I've noticed that the numbers have been way down. They like to do this type of stuff toward the end of the month. I don't know if they not sending out notifications. I don't know what they're doing, but listen, let me tell you something. Can y'all share this video to let everybody know that we're live? I don't know what's happening. It's Friday. 24 people in here, I don't like it. But I'm gonna give you a show regardless of if it's one person up in here. Uh, Still gonna give you a show. What's up, Tracy? How are you? You can always just show a light skin and make a few dollars like you used to do. Show a little skin, child. Sometimes I'm not able to show my skin, due to some things. But listen, just know that the face is still facing, but there might be some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But that's why. Did I speak to Deshaun? Did I speak to Tracy? Hey, how you doing? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Okay, let's get into some things because of course I cannot be long. But let's get into some things. Okay, so I want to go ahead and talk about Chris and Monique first. So it's been said that their divorce is finalized, and it was kind of finalized at the beginning of this month. But the weird thing about this whole thing, and oh, I got to do it. I got to do it. Monique did all of this talking about People Magazine lied and all of this kind of stuff, right? But sis, if the judge granted you to have your divorce filings and things sealed, why in the world did you go back to People Magazine for an exclusive? And they're never gonna say, and I think that they're gonna do this for themselves, and I think you probably tell them not to do this, but they're never gonna say that they specifically had a conversation with you. But what I do know is you are the only one that would be giving them this information. I don't see Chris running to the blogs. I definitely see you doing it. And I got to call a spade a spade. You said that these people lied on you. You also told on yourself by saying when you and Candace had your issue season 5, that when you went to them, they were getting ready to write an article, but because the article was not in your favor, you told them that you would never do business with them again. Which is one of the reasons why I believe you tell them probably don't say that they exclusively got the information from you. But I am listen, I myself and everybody else is far from dumb. Okay. We're far from dumb. Why would people have an exclusive about you after you said specifically on your platform that they lied on you? Only for months later for a divorce to actually really happen, y'all. I had said it the entire time. She wanted to continue to play this role of, oh, no, we're working, we're doing this, and People Magazine, they lied, only to say that they had been separated or in separate homes. Okay, we know they have quite a few homes. Listen. I'd still give you that. You know what I'm saying? But girl, I peep you. I peep what you're saying. Hey, 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 everybody coming in. Auntie Bernice is in the house. Lady Norisha is here. Brittany says Mo should have just stayed quiet. I agree. My thing is this though. Like I always tell y'all timing is everything, and I tell y'all all the time to like peep stuff. And I had peeped the entire time, like, girl, if you're saying that these people lied on you, why do they have an exclusive about you? As a business, they wouldn't operate like that. I've never seen people operate like that. And I'm speaking of People Magazine. I'm speaking of them directly. I've never seen them operate like that. Somebody get up on the platform and say that they lie, but then they turn around and have an exclusive about that person. And they man, it doesn't work that way. Monique is lying. I'm just saying. So it makes you wonder what else. Let me tell you something. Monique had been, oh, listen, and I also want to say this too. I liked Monique. I did. But I was always able to peep that Monique wasn't telling the truth about a lot of things. And listen, time always tells certain things. Time always tells, right? Time always tells. How is it that you were coming into DC being the anchor of the show? It was going to get all of these, garner all of these views because you were once on Real Housewives of Potomac. And you wanted to revamp yourself and you wanted the people to see a new and a different you. But what we saw was just as bad if not worse, from what we seen on Potomac. Let's be real about it. I think even people who love her can say that. Y'all, she be lying. That's just what it is. And I've said time and time again that you can definitely check and see. Like she always leaves peepholes through everything. It's never consistent. A real G always moves in silent. Your opinion stays your own when you don't go public. Absolutely. And I just feel like this too. I feel like, listen, you could garner a lot of. I know she has fans, right? I'm not saying that she doesn't have any fans, but she could garner a lot more people if she would just be real about a lot of things. You did not tell the truth when you got on your platform and said that People Magazine lied. They're not going to keep covering these exclusives about you. Now, now two things could be true here, and I will say this too. Maybe people could be doing it to cover them. I mean, not cover themselves, but to try to prove a point, right? But I just don't see how they would exclusively get this information if you say that if the judge granted that your divorce proceedings would be sealed. If everything is sealed, I'm just asking. Hey, Miss Bernita, how you doing? If everything is sealed, how in the world would people get an exclusive that your divorce has been finalized? I'm just, come on, y'all. They're not even leaking. Do you notice? And I'm just saying, over there in Potomac, court documents and all that stuff. Y'all notice that stuff ain't being leaked like that. So what is it exactly? You gotta be the one doing it. You gotta be the one telling these people, and then somebody tell somebody. Come on now. I am so tired of the fakeness. I'm so tired of it because we peep it. We're not dumb. We're not stupid. And we see that you be leaking these stories. And they've been saying the same thing about you since season 2 of Potomac. Period. But allegedly, the divorce is finalized. And again, I'm not messing on their divorce. I do want to say that because I was hoping at some point that they could, work it out. But then I understand too. Sometimes, I mean, it really ain't my business, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you just ain't able to do that. And I totally understand it. So let's I'm a I'm gonna read the article to y'all, and y'all will see how the article is kind of written. And if you people that I'm saying, then you'll get it right. But then some of you may not. It is what it is. Okay, so the Real Housewives of Potomac alum Monique Samuels and ex Chris finalized their divorce exclusive. The former couple are parents to a daughter Milani 8 and sons Christopher 10 and Chase 4. Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels are officially divorced. The former couple whose relationship documented on both Bravo's The Real Housewives of Potomac and owns Love and Marriage DC, finalized their divorce on Monday, September the 25th. A representative for Montgomery County Family Court tells People. I don't believe that. Documents for the divorce have been sealed, but a judge signed off on the judgment after the pair's final hearing earlier this month. Uh, mm, Let me read that again. Documents for the divorce have been sealed, but a judge signed off on the judgment after the pair's final hearing earlier this month. Hmm. People has reached out to the pair for a comment. Monique Samuels, 39, and Chris, 46, wed March 2012, and are parents. And I've already read that part. People exclusively revealed on June the 20th that the couple filed for divorce. Uh, and it says here that Monique filed a complaint for absolute divorce on April the 14th before filing an amended complaint for absolute divorce on June the 15th. All right. Um Listen, the way that this article is written, they never said that when they reached out to Monique, they didn't get no response. Let's start there. Let's start there. Monique is telling these people, I don't buy that anybody else is doing it. It is Monique. Okay, y'all. It is Monique. Facts. It's Monique. Monique has been doing this for years. For years. For years. Now, somebody in the family court of representative could have told them that, but how did they find out about it to begin with? Huh? Huh? See, listen, again, I can't be fooled. I can't be fooled. It just is what it is. She'll get online. I'm sure she'll get on Instagram live and she'll go to explaining a lot of things here soon. Just give her a couple of days. I'm quite listen, them posts and stuff that was made when the divorce finally came out. She make a post 7 days later talking about I address it when I get back from vacation. Girl, anyway, I always tell you I don't like people tap dancing on my intelligence, and I feel like that's what Monique be doing all the time. Okay, let's move over to Monique. Bethenny Frankel and NeNe. Well, actually, there's something between that I did want to talk about. Hold on. I would expect this Married to Medicine trailer to drop next week. The beginning parts of next week would be my guess, or maybe the latter part. Or who knows? If they cite a source, they likely called to confirm whatever the person who called and told them. Yeah, but I also pay attention to details too. They never said that they didn't speak to Monique either. I just pay attention to a lot of stuff. I do. Yee. Anyway, let's get into it. Update: the judge ends Michael Ort's conservatorship with the Tuohys. All right, family must turn over financial records to see how much they made over the course of the agreement. Okay, so that is the final information in regards to that. So let's get into it here really quick. Shelby County Probate Court Judge Kathleen Gooms, I guess that's how you say it, said that she is terminating the agreement reached in 2004 that allowed Sean and Leah and Tui to control Orr's finances. Now, if you guys don't know who Michael Orr is, that is the original person that the Blind Side is based off of. So it goes in to say others signed the agreement that he was 18 and living with the couple as he was being recruited by colleges as a star high school football player. Now, Goom said that she was not dismissing the case. Now, or has asked that the Tuohys provide a financial accounting of money that may have come to them as part of the agreement. Now, claiming that they used his name, image, and likeness to enrich themselves and lie to him, and that the agreement, the Tuohys were also adopting him. Now, the judge said that she was disturbed that such an agreement was ever reached, and she said that she has never seen this in her 43-year career, a conservatorship agreement reached with someone who was not disabled. All right, so that is child, let me tell you something. This about to get oh, I see what you say. Hey, Miss Joyce, Freedom of Information Act, you can request this information that is filed in public records. Monique can stop with the denial. Yeah, I just feel like, back to this Monique situation, I just feel like we've seen her do this for years. We've seen her do this stuff. Like, I feel like, okay, they can get the information, right? But there's an in-between person. There's an in-between person. And I always believe that Monique know who that in between person is, and I just, that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, just my opinion, but I feel like she be leaking a lot of stuff, and I ain't the only one. There be a lot of people feeling like that. Okay, so that's that about Michael Orr, which is listen, as soon as they start submitting them documents, honey, them financial records, that's gonna be that. Listen, the stuff is really gonna hit the fan then. You ain't lying, Andre. What up, schoolboy? What up, what up, what up, dude? What up, dude? What up, dude? What up, dude? Y'all hit that like button as you come on up in here. Hit that like button as you come on up in here. And also subscribe if you ain't subscribed. All right. Um, okay, so let's get into our next thing. Now, I really wasn't gonna talk about this, but I just really want y'all to hear how stupid this woman sounds. Okay. Hold on 1 minute as I pull this up. Hit that like button. Show some love. Cash App, $ Chef Don Don 2 via Venmo at Chef Don Don 2 as well. If you're enjoying this content or enjoy this channel, show some love. And the freeway is hitting that like button, period. Okay. Um, okay, we about to get into it. Hold on. I'm about to share my screen. But as I wait, peep this.
In the big city of Dallas, Texas, a new LGBT web reality series produced by the Chef Don Don Productions, School of Love. Honey, we are now casting. Make sure you get your application in just in time for school to be in session.
Period. Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me do this. And again, I ain't really want to talk about this, but I ain't really here for the disrespect, lady. So I gotta get an opportunity to get you together real good. I hate giving this lady any attention. I do. Listen, and again, I always tell y'all ain't happy about School of Love, baby. I'm happy. Okay. Show y'all love and support for School of Love. We are still currently casting. Send your emails over if you do have a business that you would like advertised during the show. All right. Okay, so let's get into this here really quick. This is Dumbo, Blueface mama, stupid face mama, with her ignorant. Let me tell you something. This lady needs to be for real, for real. She needs some help. She needs some help. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Megan and Blue need to make a baby. Yes, I don't know why y'all was trying to act like she too good for my son. The bitch just got shot in the foot. Come on now. Stop fucking playing with me. My son ain't about to in no foot. He might in that ass, but he ain't gonna in the foot. Don't try to play my baby like Megan too good for my son. Bitch. The last doing push-ups right now. No offense. No offense. I mean, cause my son been in jail. I with people. It's it's a serious situation. But right now, y'all trying to make it like my son ain't good enough for Megan. Do you see me?
Y'all, I, okay, first of all, this let's be clear. First of all, Megan is too good for your son. Let's be clear about that. Number one. Okay. Number one. Number one. Let's talk about that. Number two. Okay. Number two. Not number, but number two. Why would that lady ever in a day in her life? Why would she even look Blueface's way? Are you serious, girl? And why do you always talk about your son having sex and stuff? Why do you always do that? That is sick. I'm sorry. That is sick. I really don't understand why every time you talk about your son, you got to bring up some sex about your son. That is some creepy stuff. I don't know no mama out here doing that. That's nasty. Why would you even fix your mouth to say something so ignorant? She really need to be. She really, and this is no shade because y'all already know my story, but you really have got that lady has got to find some help. She has got to find some help in real life. Because girl, what? Yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out with her. I wouldn't want to be related to her. I wouldn't want to be none of that stuff because girl, what is going on? I mean, I have never seen something so like, girl, what? Okay, where's Mr. Reggie with the folding chair? Cause all of them need to be busted with one. Cause it's like, can we knock the Mario coins out of y'all and y'all get replenished with some new ones? Cause what we doing? I don't understand. I really don't get it. And like I said again, it is so sick and disgusting to hear her literally resort to a conversation about sex every time she talks about her son. It's just weird to me. Can you guys give me just a minute? I'm gonna replay this again, but give me just a minute.
Let's talk about it. She said you want to marry Megan and Blue need to make a baby. Yes, I don't know why y'all was trying to act like she too good for my son. The bitch just got in the foot. Come on now. Stop playing with me. My son ain't about to in no foot. He might in that ass, but he ain't gonna in the foot. Don't try to play my baby like Megan too good for my son. Bitch, the last doing push-ups right now. No offense. No offense. I mean, cause my son been in jail. I with people. It's it's a serious situation. But right now, y'all trying to make it like my son ain't good enough for Megan. Do you see me? Let's talk about it. She said you want to marry Blueface. I would marry Dre before I marry Blueface. What? I know. What? I'm just saying, look at Dre. Look at Dre. Compare y'all to why I married Blueface. Look at Dre. Megan and Blue need to make a baby. Yes, I don't know why.
It's some sick stuff. Who is saying that this about their child? That is sick. Y'all. Listen here. Let me tell y'all something. I can't. Can y'all hit that like button, please? Hit that like button. Show some love to the channel. Y'all know how you can do that. Show some love to the channel. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Like for real, for real. Okay, listen. So I wanted to talk about Bethenny Frankel. I want to talk about part one of Bethenny Frankel and NeNe's sit down. The first part of this sit down was very interesting, which the majority of this was about hold on, sorry y'all. Um okay. The majority of this was about the first part was about NeNe and how she met Greg, which we've kind of heard this story before, but she did get a little bit more into it uh, in regards to some of the things that again how she met Greg, some of the things with her baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? She also says, that her baby daddy allegedly was abusive to her and stuff like that. So she brought that up. She brought up her upbringing, which we've heard time and time again. We knew her aunt raised her. Although she said her mom was still kind of in her life, her aunt raised her, so she got into that. One of the things that really bugged me about Bethenny is, girl, why do you always and listen? I may be reaching when I say this, y'all, but it kept bothering me that she kept resulting to the fact that were you poor? Was it because you were poor? Is it because of poor? I was like, why does she keep saying that? Like, I don't really like how she's saying that because it didn't. It, I y'all, it kept bothering me because I was like, why does she keep saying that? And maybe when you guys listen to it, you'll hear her keep saying that, and it just really bothered me as NeNe was giving her story about, kind of how she was raised up with her aunt and stuff like that, and about it being poor. She also talked about how in the beginning, y'all, I didn't know this. I thought this was kind of interesting. So y'all know Fighting Temptations is my favorite movie. I did not know she tried out for Fighting Temptations. She didn't unfortunately get the role. She was actually going to be playing one of the. She said, "Remember when Darren, which was Cuba Gooding Jr., when he walked into the nightclub with what was Mike Epps Lucius? His name was Lucius. Remember, y'all Fighting Temptations is my favorite movie. So, but anyway, when they walked into the club, she was saying that she had tried out to be a dancer, and NeNe let her get away with that. It's like the way she kept mentioning it. I don't, and again, I could be reaching, but I just didn't like it. I mean, NeNe kept letting her know, that it wasn't like poor. Like she just kept telling her no to it, but it just was weird. And again, I could be reaching, or maybe somebody who have heard it. Maybe y'all could tell me in the comment section what you felt about it. I'm interested in knowing, but she talked about that. She talked about how she met Greg, of course. They went out on a date, and she said she didn't like Greg like that, and he took her out on a date. They went to Benihana's, had a really really good time. And then he called her the next day and said, "Let's go to lunch," and told her, "You're gonna be my wife." We've heard that story as well. But I always like to hear stories about her and Greg. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Because Greg was an older man, so it's like he had a lot of he had been through a lot of stuff, and then he had a lot of wisdom. So just listening to her stories about Greg, she also made mention to this, and I think that this is a part of like grief. This is a part of that situation. But she also said that um now the things that she is currently dealing with, she does wish that she had Greg here. And she stated that, she'll never fall in love with anyone like Greg was to her. And we knew Greg loved NeNe. Yeah, y'all can say what y'all want to. Y'all know Greg loved NeNe down, okay? Loved NeNe down. So she also talked about in the beginning how he was the breadwinner and how she probably definitely made him feel some type of way, especially when she started making her own money, and stuff like that. She also talked about, they did discuss a couple of things on how Bethenny had came across NeNe and the different times that she came across NeNe and like passing and different stuff. She mentioned about an event that Bethenny was having, and NeNe brought some girls. This was before, well, quite a little bit after Atlanta Housewives first premiered. So she talked about that. Oh, what else did they discuss? Let me look at my notes. Hold on. Hit that like button. Now, of course, they did get into the lawsuit, and this is the question that I have for y'all. And I've said this time and time again. Y'all know I like NeNe. I love NeNe. And I can still go down and say that I don't agree with how she did things, right? But what's crazy to me is if Bravo didn't have a point to prove, I really believe deep down in my soul that this lawsuit would have been over by now. And I understand that you can be in court for years and stuff like that. But to me, it seems like both sides are fighting for something. And I don't think it's null and void. No matter how we disagree with how she did it, something there's a reason why both parties are still fighting for something there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in essence, I'm gonna say it like this. I feel like I'm not saying that there's hope that she will be back on Bravo, but I feel like there's a point that both of them are trying to prove. Um and because I feel like if it wasn't, this would have just done glossed over, right? NeNe also says too, people think that she doesn't have receipts to a lot of things, which um she really didn't elaborate on it. I'm quite sure she didn't elaborate on it because they are still in the lawsuit or whatever. But she says that she has receipts about how a lot of people say that she didn't go behind the scenes and have conversations with execs, and how she didn't have conversations with certain people, with producers, and she's stating that she did. She also discussed how season 12 they told her specifically going into season 13 that they wanted her to come for Candy real hard. Now y'all know how her and Candy left off season 12, and you know that's what that was. She stated that because Bethenny, and I didn't really like the way Bethenny asked this question, because I feel like, and also too, can can I be real? I don't need to ask y'all for permission to be real. I feel like Bethany sat down with NeNe for a come up for herself, or for her a come up for her situation that she's currently in. And the reason why I say that is because every time she made a point, every time NeNe made a point, Bethany would come back with a different point, and then NeNe would be like, "Well, it's not the same because I'm a black woman. It's not the same because I am a woman of color who is treated far different from you as a woman who can receive privilege." Just like, you know, she didn't mention these people. I'm not saying that she mentioned these people, but I always think back like uh, people like Kelly Dodd, and I always think back to those people like that. Like them people have said some harsh things about Andy and done some harsh things to Andy, and it, it's it's crazy because it came from who she was, right? Again, I'm not saying that I agree with anything that NeNe did as far as that goes, but Bethany also brought up the fact that she felt like NeNe burnt the house down, and NeNe was like, "Well, no, I don't necessarily think I burnt the entire house down." She was mentioning burning bridges, and NeNe's stance is she feel like she hasn't done that, which we know something different based off of the way that she has been talking. Oh, absolutely, Rainbow. I really feel like Bethany used this moment for her gain and what she's dealing with Bravo. And that's just me being honest. I'm just being completely honest. I feel like that's what it is, and I also feel like Bethany feels like, oh, I really got a black girl who has an issue with the network to really side with me now. Like, ooh, I really feel like, again, Bethany is using that. And a lot of people said that she's using this situation for, her good, period. That it's not like you don't get to come back to Bravo, but you're really worried about or you're saying that you don't want to come back to Bravo, but you're honestly worried about what Bravo is over there doing, which I get it. If it's misfair treatment, it's misfair treatment. But it seems like it just seemed weird to me, y'all. And I gotta be real about it. It seems like you're doing a lot of this stuff for a game. And you got an opportunity to sit down with NeNe Leaks and get NeNe Leaks side of the story. Oh, yes, girl. It felt like that to me. I enjoyed the conversation, but I am also going to be real about it. It felt like that to me. Right. But my thing with this rainbow, Bethany really, she was asking a lot of questions that I know she knew the answer to. And I also, we're not gonna play sideways like you didn't know what was going on with NeNe. And it was like she would ask the question in an open-ended way, but then when NeNe would give a response, well, I thought it was no, stop playing with me, Bethany. You're not that oblivious to what's going on. Come on now. So I felt like again, and it just felt like again was for her game. And I just I don't know. I don't even know what's to come after this. Like NeNe made a point that her jobs were stopped, meaning she's basically saying that her issues with Bravo, she feels like maybe there are people talking behind the scenes that are blocking her from having other opportunities. And I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody and said that that was possible because they were like, "Well, but why doesn't NeNe create her own this and her own that?" And I'm like, "Well, when people stop your bags in certain areas, you can't get the funding and the advertising and the type of things like that you need when people are stopping your bag behind the scenes." And that's one of the things that I've always said. If you want her gone from this network, why stop her bags from other networks? And before people say, well, where are the receipts for that? There are things that have been said behind the scenes, and even Andy has admitted to in regards to like NeNe having a serious XM deal and different stuff like that. It's like this stuff has been said and it's not far fetched, right? But I think now that a lot of this stuff is coming to fruition, like NeNe made a point. She said now it's like you get away with a lot of things when execs at every point and every turn was coming to you, talking to you about something. Then production is coming to you, talking to you about something. She also mentioned about the closet scene. She mentioned about the closet scene. She said that she had a conversation with production and she told production prior to them coming to her house that her closet would be off limits. I really think she also mentioned this. I'll say this. She also mentioned that she should not have filmed that scene at her house in the space that she was in. She also mentioned too, like, y'all made such a big deal about whatever may have been done to the producer, but what her name is, Teresa Judice can literally shove Andy down in the reunion chair and still have her job. She can go to jail for this and that and still come back and have her job. So she said it's just always like pay attention to. She says she's always paid attention to these things and has always literally went to them and asked. So it's just always to me, and again, I don't agree with the way that NeNe did everything. I don't agree with that, and I don't want y'all to take that away. But what I am saying is two things can be true. She could honestly be telling the truth. Well, I mean, we're seeing it. We've seen it over the last few years come to fruition. Like what she's saying was the truth. Going about it the way she did it may not have been everybody's cup of tea, and I can totally respect and understand that. But the lady did not lie, y'all. As much as and I heard somebody say, she lied in the interview with Carlos King, and I'm thinking to myself, we've never known NeNe to be no bona fide liar. You don't describe NeNe as a bona fide liar. We have never known that to be the case. If we're gonna be honest about it, even people who may not like her, y'all ain't ever known NeNe to be no bona fide liar. Oh, NeNe is a liar. Not like y'all paint other people like Drew or people like that. Mia, that's what y'all make it sound like. And to me, the lady never lied. NeNe was doing too much in her headset to be. Listen, could her head have gotten big? Absolutely. Absolutely. Should her head gotten big with working with people who don't really see it for us? Maybe not. But I think at the end of the day, fair treatment, you'll ask for that in your regular everyday workplace. You're going to ask for fair treatment. If every time you walk into the place in which you work and make your money, you're being mistreated, there's going to become a day where you get fed up and tired. And you done walked your little happy tail on down to HR and then had a conversation with HR. Maybe that conversation ain't went the way you wanted it to go. People could say the same. You done worked here, you done got big headed. But people always wanted to be treated a certain way. And I can't say that I don't think that they weren't mistreating her behind the scenes, because I feel like if someone is telling you that, then that's their experience. And I'm not putting it off in a way stating, I'm not taking up for NeNe, because again, like I've stated, I do not agree with the way that she went about things. But what I am saying is, in an everyday workplace in which you work, you want to be treated fairly. You going to your supervisor, look, we need to check this right here, because this ain't it. This ain't it. What do the handbook say? Let's talk about it. Let's go on down here to HR. And then sometimes it don't work. And I'm speaking from experience because I've been there before. So it seems like, and I know a lot of people who have been there. It seems like to me, again, the lady did not tell. I haven't found a lie. She's proven Bravo to be exactly what Bravo is, or what they have done in the past. For what reason are we not vetting social media of housewives that come on here? Why are we not vetting their social media to check and see that they have not made any racial, or I mean, come on now. One of the things I'll say about the whole Jenny Wynn situation is, I understand that situation was at the height of of Black Lives Matter. It was at the height of Black Lives Matter. I get that too. And again, I respect all areas, but I'm just saying, for me, it feels like Bethany is doing it for clout, and I'm not really necessarily saying clout, but she's doing it to like make herself look a certain type of way. And I feel like NeNe is genuinely feeling a type of way, because it's like, girl, now you heard when I was doing stuff behind the scenes. I was sending emails. I have documentation of these types of things where I've tried to handle these things behind the scenes. And y'all still not listening to me. So I just me again, I can't take that away from her. But I get it. Should she have done it the way she had done it? No. And I will stand 10 toes down in that. And I can hold her accountable for that, as being somebody I like. You know, I know a lot of times we don't like to hold our faves accountable, but I can hold her accountable for that. But I also see in between what she's saying, to also see that there's some truth there. And again, Bethany confirmed a lot of stuff. She really just doesn't realize, her doing this interview with NeNe confirms a lot of stuff it confirms a lot of stuff. I'm just saying it confirms a lot of stuff. And again, it gives me, oh, I was able to meet with the black lady and we were able to talk, and I felt a little vindicated and how I feel because Bethany's whole thing right now is the mental state and people having to take medication to stay mentally sane, because they're being offered so much to drink without eating and sleeping. That's Bethany's thing right now. That's basically what she's saying that production is doing, right? NeNe was like, girl, I ain't really just had that experience because, girl, I like to have a little cocktail. You know what I'm saying? So she and NeNe is NeNe. So I think that it doesn't take her to have to get uh, 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 intoxicated to do what she needs to do. But she stated, Bethany was saying, well, they sleep deprive us, they starve us, they make us drink and all of that stuff. And NeNe was like, oh, well, I don't see that being the same because I like to have a cocktail, but also too, we are still talking about two different people. We're talking about New York housewives, which I mean they have had their share of things go on down there in New York, but we're talking about two different people here because everything that's going on over here on Atlanta is super amplified compared to what's going on over here in New York, in my opinion. You know. So it was a good conversation, but I'm still stand 10 toes down on how I feel Bethany went about doing this. I always tell you guys to watch things for yourself and get an understanding and let me know how you personally feel about it. I would rather hear it from you versus, you know what I'm saying, me giving, you know, the whole thing. I mean, if you're interested, check it out. Check it out. All right. It is Friday, y'all. It is Friday. Hey, Pacino Rules. Hey, everybody up in here. Listen. I got a quick question. First of all, let me thank a couple of people for showing some love to the channel. Shout out to LB. Listen, yes, come on for a Friday bump. I know that's right. Let's get it. Let's get it. She sent $12 and 56 at the time. Come on, you better send the time. Right now it is 12:02 Central Time, and I mean it is 1:02 Eastern Time. So whatever it is, you go ahead and send it over. But let's bump. LB, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's bump. Let's bump. Hey, hey. School of Love is casting right now, so make sure you get your applications in as well. All right, let's see who else. Baby Girl 1981, thank you so much for the Cash App. Let's bump about it. Hey, and BK, shout out to BK for the Cash App. Let's bump about it. Period. Thank y'all, for blessing the platform. I really do appreciate it because you don't have to. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. Um, child, not Roni season 14 ladies official reunion looks. Girl, you can tell this they first reunion because my God, today, what was that, child? What was that? I was trying to see was there anything else. Breaking news. Breaking news. Las Vegas police arrest man in connection to fatal shooting of Tupac Shakur. Okay, that is breaking news. All right. The arrest of Dwayne Davis in connection to the 1996 drive-by shooting of Tupac has been arrested. All right. I find that very interesting. I'm gonna have to do a little bit further digging on that one right there. But that's breaking news allegedly. Okay. No, I will not be recapping basketball wives because a lot of people have been asking me, "You gonna talk about basketball wives? You want to recap basketball wives?" No. Am I gonna recap Real Housewives of Potomac? Absolutely. Any other reality shows coming out? School of Love, of course. We're gonna be recapping that. We are looking for a host for our official after show. So make sure you join that. And if I'm not mistaken, I done went live right now while it's Cherry's funeral right now. Or maybe it started about an hour ago, I believe. I'm sending love out to the family of 702 singer. Uh, they are having her services today, as far as I know. I don't know what time they were at, but I did see. I actually reshared this, so let's see. At least I thought I did. Um, from my understanding, it was today. From my understanding, it was today. So just sending out love and prayers to the fam. Uh, yes, it is today. It was at 11 a.m. I'm assuming that's Central Time, maybe. I don't know, but oh no, wait. If it's in Vegas, because they didn't really specify the time. It's supposed to be streaming online if you guys are interested in watching the service. But from my understanding, I mean, if they in Las Vegas, wouldn't they be 2 hours behind us? So the service is starting in an hour. And let me go to their YouTube page. Hold on. The name of it is Giddens Memorial. So yeah, I'm assuming it starts within an hour. Um, Irish's funeral will start within an hour. Um, 10. I believe this is 11 a.m. So 2 hours, child. What am I talking about? Two, child. Listen, it's gonna be on the It's gonna be on the YouTube. Go over to I'll share the they don't have a link available, but I will share the link to the page it's gonna be on. So hold on one second and share this in the comment section. It's called Giddens Memorial Chapel, and I'll drop it in the chat so you guys will have it in case if you guys want to tune in. Okay, so there it is in the chat. If you guys would like to go over and yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The specific time, which would be if it starts at 11, it's 10 there now. So yeah, it starts in an hour. Okay, so if you guys are interested, there is the link to the YouTube page that it's supposed to be on, according to the flyer shared by her sister Misha. So again, I am sending love and prayers to the family today as they lay her to rest. With that being said, y'all, that's really all I have right now for this Friday. I am gonna do some stuff on the backup channel. I just need to get that done. And I'm also going to do a video on the whole Tyrese and Home Depot situation as well. Okay. So listen, show some love to the channel. If you guys say I want to donate to your Cash App or whatever the case may be, you can head over to the link for crowdfunding for School of Love and show some love over there. I got some YouTube videos and content creators that I need to catch up on. I'm a little behind from working and stuff like that, but School of Love is coming January 2024, so get ready for that. Also make sure too, if you have a business, you go ahead and send us an email. We will have that host application. It will be done by this evening for sure. And then also too, for business inquiries, go ahead and shoot us an email. Okay. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat today. I really appreciate you all. Head over to our official website, which is TCDD Productions with a Z, and you can fill out your application over there, or you can also find the crowdfunding link there as well. With that being said, guys, I am going to get up out of here. Peep this trailer again for School of Love, and I will see you all later.
In the big city of Dallas, Texas, a new LGBT web reality series produced by DDon Dons Productions, School of Love. Honey, we are now casting. Make sure you get your application in just in time for school to be in session.